I invite to the stage Andriy Kostin, Prosecutor General of Ukraine.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to see so many people at the end of the second day of the conference. And of course, I see new people today who didn't manage to come yesterday and vice versa. So I think that we have very good attendance and we've got very good coverage because our topic, damage to our environment, damage to our home at large, touch everyone. And as I mentioned before, during this year, when we concentrated and combined our efforts of the Ministry, of Parliamentary Committee, of my Office of Prosecutor General, of investigative authorities, of all experts, of international organizations, of partners, created high-level working group, and I'm grateful for our colleagues from working group to be with us all these days and to be with us all this time. And we believe that this is a first milestone. This unique conference is a first milestone in making perpetrator accountable for damage and harm caused to our environment, to protect our environment, to restore, renovate, and rebuild our land and nature, and to ensure that Ukrainians will live in a green Ukraine. We are setting standards of investigation and prosecution of environmental crimes as war crimes. We are setting standards of investigation and prosecution of ecocide, and we believe that this crime will be, in fact and legally, will be one of the international crimes and will be included into the Rome Statute. We know that this is important, and many people who 1 year ago in the other countries and in the other forums thought that this is difficult, that this is very difficult and long discussion. Now many of them are with us, understanding that ecocide is not just a legal theory, is not just a legal doctrine. Ecocide is something which we see, which we face, and which we feel. We understand that the word united, which is the name of this conference, we understand that this is the basis and philosophy of the civilized world in order to protect and ensure every one of us, everyone who lives in this planet, because we are all interlinked, because nature and environment has no borders, and because crimes against environment as war crimes, as international crimes, are committed in our common home, which is planet Earth. Once again, I will reiterate that during these 2 days, we have a conference which covered explicitly 2 points of President Zelensky's peace formula: restoration of justice and ecological or environmental safety. And this is important because it shows that peace formula of President Zelensky is a complex of actions, and all of them should be executed and implemented in order to ensure long-lasting and fair and just peace for Ukraine and for Europe and beyond. We all understand that not only perpetrators who committed war crimes should be held accountable. We all agree that Russia as a state should pay for the damage and harm caused to Ukrainian nature. We all understand that in order to make our demands credible on international level and to reach support of the international compensation mechanism, which consists of register of damage, compensation commission and fund to be created, I hope, in the nearest future. We all understand that for that we need very wide, open, transparent discussion and engagement of all stakeholders, national and international, in order to ensure that assessment of damage will be fair and credible and will be not argued at any compensation mechanism by anyone. We all understand that it's Russia who is the perpetrator and aggressor who should pay for the damage and harm caused by this war of aggression to our nature and environment by its assets. And such conferences and your active involvement gives more energy to all of us to advocate confiscation of sovereign assets of Russian Federation. Because without this, it will be very difficult to ensure compensation of damage and harm caused to Ukraine and to our nature. So, if damage to environment is transnational, politics should also be such. Divided, we fall. United, we stand. And we do not have a benefit of doing otherwise for our future, for the future of next generation, and for the future of this planet. This sentiment is well reflected in the joint statement or the declaration of our conference, and hopefully this is the pathos with which you all will continue to support Ukraine. Because our victory will be the victory of the whole democratic world. We know that this is not a simple endeavor. There is very limited practice available both in domestic systems as well as in international domain that we could refer to. Notwithstanding this, Ukraine has made significant progress on this path. We not only investigate, we prosecute, we hope to see convictions, not only in Ukraine, we hope to see them internationally. Our high-level working group will deliver results to Ukrainian people and to Ukraine. And as we discussed yesterday, these results and these standards could be also used by the other countries in the other parts of the world. Because setting standards, we not only help Ukraine, we not only help the world at large, but we can also help the other countries who are still in such distress or would be. At the end of my final remarks, let me take some time and thank those without whom holding of this conference would be impossible. I'm deeply grateful to our partners for their support in organizing this conference. European Union Advisory Mission to Ukraine, United Nations Development Programme, Organization for Security and Cooperation in Ukraine, EU Project Prava justice. Our co-partners, Ministry for Environment, Parliamentary Committee and members of the Parliament, our members of high-level working group helping us to pass through these consequences of war to our environment, all speakers and experts, all representatives of non-governmental sector who are with us and will be with us on our way to ensure justice and accountability. I would also like to thank all of the panelists. I would like to thank media who were ensure coverage of this conference, and I hope all of you will use your instruments in order to make news about this conference wider and wider. I would also like to say thanks to those who helped us to organize this conference. Team of my office, team of Office of Minister Strelets, team of the Office of President of Ukraine, who helped us to make it happen. Thank you. And of course, all the team of the conference who were with us, who helped to organize this, every panel session, our translators. Without you, it will be very difficult to ensure that we really have one voice, doesn't matter which language you use. I hope that such format of conferences, United for Justice and United for Nature, will proceed, and we will see more results next year, not only to discuss problems and our achievements, but maybe to share real results of our work. Thank you for being united with us, and thank you for being united for justice and united for nature. Slava Ukraini!